brought to you by Budweiser and 98 Rock. And now, here's your fantasy play-by-play announcers.
Hi, I'm Larry Wheatcheck here at Camden Yards on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Slightly overcast, but breezy and comfortable. With me is Dave Kovaleski. He's going to be doing some of the play-by-play. What do you have to say about today's game, Dave, and maybe our matchup between Messina and Alvarez?
It looks like we have an interesting matchup today between Wilson Alvarez, who threw a no-hitter against the Orioles a few years back, and Mike Messina, who has struggled as of late.
That's our pitching matchup for today. And let me get back to the weather again. Okay, Dave. Who's going to be leading off for Chicago?
Let's run down the starting lineups. For the White Sox, Tony Phillips will be leading off in left field. Dave Martinez is batting second in center field. The first baseman, Frank Thomas, is batting third. The third baseman, Robin Ventura, is batting fourth and playing third base. The designated hitter today is Harold Baines, and he is batting fifth. Danny Tartable, the right fielder, will hit sixth. Ron Karkovice, the catcher, will hit seventh. Norberto Martin, the second baseman, will hit eighth. And Ozzie Guillen, the shortstop, will hit ninth. Pitching for the White Sox today will be Wilson Alvarez. He's a left-handed pitcher who's 7-3 with a 4.38 ERA. Larry, let's turn it over to you to read the Oriole lineup.
Thank you, Dave. And leading off for the Orioles, Brady Anderson playing center field. Batting second will be Bill Ripken. He'll be on second base. Roberto Alomar will be batting third. He's going to be our designated hitter today. Batting fourth will be Rafael Palmeiro playing first base. Bobby Bonilla batting fifth. He'll be playing in right field today. Batting sixth, B.J. Surhoff will be on third base. That ankle must have healed, and he's ready to go. Chris Houles batting eighth, and he'll be doing the catching. And batting ninth, Jeffrey Hammonds. He'll be playing left field. Pitching for the Orioles today, Mike Messina, and he has an 8-2 record with a 4.85 ERA. Dave, I had the pleasure of being here yesterday, and it was a great day, and I really enjoyed the game. And the Orioles just couldn't cash in. They had the bases loaded at one point with no out. A couple of sacrifice flies could have turned the game around. We could have won it.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it done. You got to hand it to Chicago's pitching.
Look, I was kind of surprised yesterday with the low-scoring game with all the runs being scored in the American League this year. Even in the National League, the Braves pitchers have given up 31 runs in the last 2 days. Go figure. Anyway, let's try and figure out why the Orioles are starting Bill Ripken at second base today. It looks like Davey Johnson has decided to give Roberto Alomar a day off in the field. I guess he's trying to get Bill Ripken's bat back in the lineup since he was hitting so well. Even I guess Bill Ripken's back has healed somewhat because he was complaining of lower back stiffness yesterday.
That's true, and Billy has put a solid performance in. He's played, the last 12, 13 games maybe?
Yeah, he did well on the West Coast swing. In fact, the game where Cal Ripken hit 3 home runs, Bill actually homered in the same inning. For many of our fans, I don't think they were awake in the 9th inning on the West Coast with our late start. Just to refresh your memory, last week in Seattle, the Orioles won 2 games from Seattle, and Cal Ripken has been hot lately. And he had 3 home runs in the game in Seattle. For the series, he had 12 RBIs, and he hit 4 home runs. Bill Ripken also homered in the 9th inning as the Orioles pounded Seattle pitching.
Very good, Dave. You have a good memory for baseball. Myself, I can't remember my name half the time. But the Orioles are taking the field now, and it's quite a strong breeze blowing out here to left field, so maybe we'll see some of our right-handed hitters get it over the fence here today.
Yeah,
but, sorry, Dave, go ahead.
The ball has been jumping off the bats the last 2 days. It seems like any ball hit the left field has gone over the fence.
With Messina and Alvarez pitching, I would like to see another low-scoring game today where maybe the Orioles can come out on top and salvage this last game of the 3-game series.
The way things have been going, though, with the 2 best pitchers on both teams going, it'll probably be 10-9. Okay, looks like we're just about ready for baseball today. Pitching for the today will be Mike Mussina. This is his 14th start of the year. This is his 9th start at Camden Yards, and his 2nd start against the White Sox. His last win was June 4th against the Tigers, where he won the decision 10-7. He has struggled lately, though. He is 5-0 in his last 7 decisions with a 5.68 ERA. He's pitched 44 in the 3rd innings and given up 28 earned runs.
Dave, you got all the stats. As usual, you're our family statistician. You always have been. Leading off for Chicago is going to be Tony Phillips. He's hitting 400 in the series here, 4 for 10. He was 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored, a home run, and 2 RBIs Friday night. Homer was his 3rd leadoff shot this season and his 24th of his career. So,
Tony Phillips has struggled very badly against Mike Mussina. He only has 5 hits and 38 at-bats for a 132 batting average. As he stands in, he is 4 for 10 in the series, and he is 5 for 38, as we said, against Mussina.
Let's hope that Mike can keep up the good work against Tony Phillips, because Tony can be a thorn in our side.
Tony played last year for the California Angels, as he's also played for the Detroit Tigers. He's made his way seemingly around the American League, and he would have been a good fit for the Orioles had they picked him up. The first pitch from Mussina is a ball outside. Working the umpiring today will be Durwood Merrill is behind home. Dale Scott is at first base. Dave Phillips is at second, and yesterday's home plate umpire, Brian Honora, is at third. The next pitch from Mussina is a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. The count is 1-1 to Tony Phillips.
Dave, you're pretty good with them notes. Maybe it's why I haven't been saying much, because I said we don't need no stinking notes. And I haven't been reading anything here. But Mussina set the pitch. Dave, you got the call.
He steps out after time. Soroff is up on the grass, possibly anticipating the a possible bunt, while Cal Ripken and Bill Ripken are on the outfield grass as Rafael Palmeiro is at medium depth. The next pitch from Mussina is another outside corner pitch that paints the outside corner, and it's 1-2 to Tony Phillips.
He was in the black on that one.
On deck is Dave Martinez. Larry, would you like to run us down on our next possible hitter?
Our next hitter, Dave Martinez. He went 2 for 5 with a run scored Friday night. He was in as a defensive replacement yesterday. He's hitting 200, and he's 2 for 10 on this trip. He's hit safely in 13 of his last 16 games with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs. Martinez will be our second batter.
The pitch to Phillips was high for a ball. It's 2-2 now to Phillips.
How do you call them pitches, Dave, from way out here in left field?
Good eyes, Larry.
Good eye, good eye.
The 2-2 delivery from Mussina is fouled away.
There's another souvenir. I don't think we'll get one out here, Dave.
No.
We're so far back, we can't even see the
the only
scoreboard.
one, Larry, that's going to hit one out, the only person possible that could hit one out here is Frank Thomas. Actually, he could probably hit it off the upper deck. Mussina stands in, ready to pitch again. And he's set at the belt. The 2-2 delivery to Phillips. It's pop foul. Soroff races over, but that ball will drop well out of play. Another souvenir for one of our paying customers here.
Maybe not a paying customer.
Well, someone's sitting in the wrong seat, huh? If they caught a ball in the wrong seat, they should be ushered out of here without the ball.
They have to throw the ball back in.
The 2-2 delivery from Mussina. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Got him.
Mussina's first strikeout of the day, and to the plate comes Dave Martinez.
Where'd Davey go?
Martinez is a left-handed batter. Martinez usually plays 3 or 4 times a week as he splits his time with Darren Lewis, another Chicago White Sox outfielder. Martinez is batting .339 for the year with 4 home runs and 32 runs batted in. The first pitch from Messina is down the middle for a strike.
What's Martinez's record against Messina, Dave?
Against Messina, Dave Martinez is a career .400 hitter as he has batted 2 for 5. So he doesn't really have a long history against Messina. Let's see how he does today. As he probably will get a few shots to hit against Messina. Next pitch is fouled away off the upper deck and back into the crowd.
Dave, if you'll excuse me for a while, I'm going to go start eating some of this crab cakes and this wonderful food that 98 Rocks brought to the booth here. The smell is enticing, and I just can't hold off anymore.
I think we should have sent out for steamed crabs personally. But
that would be a first. Play-by-play while eating steamed crabs all over the monitor.
And a good Budweiser beer.
We'd be in the record books with that one.
Next pitch is a Martinez grounded. Glove by Ripken. Great throw, but
Martinez safe at
Martinez
first.
is safe at first.
Slowly hit ball to Cal. He just couldn't get to it fast enough.
That roller to Cal. So credit Martinez with a hit, as there was, even though the throw pulled Rafael Palmeiro off the bag, it was well too late.
And Dave, before I forget everything else, I'd like to say hi to Pam, Kevin, and Matt.
And a lifelong Oriole fan, Milton Galazeski.
Milton Galazeski.
Who's for over 50 years been an Oriole, Oriole fan back to the AAA days.
Very rarely see him at Camden Yards here.
No, he hasn't made his way down here yet.
He's a busy man. He does the cooking at home, and I think that's probably what he's doing right now.
I think he's making Sunday dinner. First pitch to Frank Thomas is inside for a ball. Frank Thomas, who has had great success against Messina, he is hitting .552 with 16 hits and 29 at-bats. He has 5 doubles and 5 home runs against Messina. One of Messina's worst nemesis, especially early in his career, as Messina seemingly was just blowing people away. Thomas would always get to him. Second pitch from Messina is just over the outside corner for strike 1. And then the count to Thomas is 1-1.
Thomas is hitting .429 in this series, 3 for 7, 2 runs scored, and an RBI in this series.
He always seems to get to the Orioles. The next pitch is inside for ball 2. Thomas seems to be every team's nemesis, Larry.
Well, he connected for his 199th career home run on the 5th at Boston.
Messina appears in, and he's set. Checks the runner first, and now throws over there. Tag applied by Palmeiro, but well late. Martinez dives back in.
Do you think we'll be hired for the WBL booth if they see our resume tape here?
I don't think we're allowed to do that, Larry.
They might be watching us right now, Dave. I think
maybe we can wave to Chuck Thompson.
Maybe they want our crab cakes. No way.
The next pitcher Messina is low for ball 3. The appeal to the umpire, and the umpire said no.
As they did yesterday on a controversial call on a half swing to Thomas.
It's getting a little ridiculous. These games are too long, Larry. Just because he could have called a strike to Thomas right there. The Orioles, who have played some of the longest games in Major League Baseball history this year.
Yes, they have.
And that was only 9 innings. They also have played a 15-inning affair against the Yankees, which lasted 5.5 hours. Pitch to Thomas, swung on, hit the right. Bonilla chases.
Drops foul.
But it is foul. Bonilla flips the ball up to a happy fan.
One of the longest games the Orioles ever played, a 9-inning game, was, I believe it was almost 4.5 hours. It was against the Washington Senators. Do you remember them, Dave?
Oh, I don't think I was born for them.
I'm sure you read about them. That's Washington, D.C.
The Orioles, who are finishing up the homestand here today, the 6-game homestand, will travel to Detroit and Kansas City next week, hopefully feasting on the mediocre pitching of the Tigers, as the Orioles have already swept them once this week. Now we'll go try again next week.
The Tigers are sure doing us right when it comes to the Yankees, though, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, they've won 2 straight. The pitch to Thomas swung on it, missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Mike Mussina.
These pitches are right on today. And as far as New York and Detroit in the first inning, there's no score on the out-of-town scoreboard.
Also on the out-of-town scoreboard, we see that Cleveland leads California 3-1 in the second inning. And Boston has already jumped on the board with 4 runs against Milwaukee, who has 2.
Robin Ventura batting 4th.
Another throw over to first by Mussina, and Martinez slides back in safely.
Robin homered and doubled and drove in 3 Friday night, going 2 for 4. He's 2 for 5 and batting .400 in the series.
Also on the SK out-of-town scoreboard, the Seattle-Kansas City game will be getting underway at 2:35. Toronto, Texas at 3:05, and Oakland and Minnesota playing tonight at 8:05.
There's a strike thrown by Mussina.
Larry, would you like to tell us about our National League games?
Our National League on the out-of-town scoreboard. Florida, New York, they're 0-0 in the. I can't see what inning it is. It looks like the first. We're way out here.
Pitch to Ventura is hit into left center field. Hammond's backing up, and he's under for the catch. And at the end of a half an inning of play, it is the White Sox nothing, the Orioles coming to bat. You're watching Baltimore Orioles baseball on the Fantasy Play-by-Play Network. Now let's take a quick timeout.
We're out.
We'll see you again.
And we're back. Alvarez warming up, bottom of the first inning. Wilson dropped the decision to Mike Mussina on 5-9 at Comiskey. He allowed 5 runs and 4 hits in 2 innings pitched.
And leading off for the Orioles today will be Brady Anderson. Brady Anderson has 20 home runs and 37 RBIs.
What do you have, 4 on that streak, Dave? Leadoff home runs?
Yeah, I believe he had 4 home runs to lead off games. In fact, he has 7 this year.
And what hurts is I think we lost all 4 of them games.
Yeah.
Thanks to Texas and
yeah, we'll be playing Texas soon again, and looking forward to a little revenge.
Oh, we need it
against from that 26-7 massacre out in Texas.
That was a sad day.
The 16-run inning put together by the Texas Rangers. The 1 hour long 8th inning. Pitch to Brady, swung on the ground and into right field for a base hit.
Brady went with the pitch, took it right up through the hole.
Not trying to do too much. Just get that ball in the outfield and let Bill Ripken take his cuts. Bill Ripken has played quite a bit recently, as B.J. Sorhoff has been on the disabled list with a bad ankle, and he also had a lacerated ear. However, Bill Ripken has not played in the last 2 games. After starting the last 13 at third base, he is now at second base today. Pitch from Alvarez is grounded foul down the third base line, and a nice stop by the ball girl.
Bill with a bulging disc in the back?
I believe so. We know that Brady Anderson, who's been hobbled by a pulled quadricep muscle, has not had a steal since May 1st. In fact, he only has 6 all year. So Brady may be slowing down just a bit, as a few nagging injuries have hobbled him this season.
Dave, you keep on top of the physical situation. While you're not doing your statistician work, I'm sure you can fill in as a trainer.
All right.
That'll get you down on the field.
The thrower to first is not in time, as Frank Thomas was playing well off the bag. Shouldn't that be a balk? I think that should have been a balk. Not that we're biased or anything. I mean, announcers can't be biased. The next pitch to Ripken
I think we can be today, Dave.
Next pitch to Ripken is right down the middle for strike 2.
With the breeze to left field here, maybe Billy can poke one out, and I can say, ain't the beer cold?
He can, all he needs to do is hit the foul ball. It's not too far from home plate. These are major league hitters. They should be able to, they should be able to hit home runs. Another throw over to first by Alvarez as Brady dives back.
Dave, get off my crab cake.
The count 0-2 to Billy Ripken.
As the smoke rises from Boog's barbecue.
That's it. I think we would enjoy a Boog's barbecue
yes,
right
we
about
would.
now.
Yeah, that would top off that crab cake just excellently. And I wasn't sure if it was overcast today or it was just a lot of smoke coming from Boog's place over there.
The next pitch to Bill Ripken is grounded foul again, picked up by longtime ball assistant Ernie Tyler.
Ernie's seen every game here.
Yeah, he's seen more than Cal. He's been here since the Orioles have been here. He's back at Memorial Stadium over 25 years now, I believe.
Maybe he could pick up a little winter work doing some ball work for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Back at Memorial Stadium, a place he knows all too well. Do they have ball boys at football games? I don't know. Can we talk about Ravens here?
I think they have cheerleaders at
Oh.
Ravens games. Next pitch to Ripken is low for a ball. It's 1-2 to Ripken.
Ernie with pom-poms, huh?
Well,
I don't know if I want to see that.
I don't think we do, Larry. I just don't think we do. Ripken stands in, counts 1-2, and there's no one out as Brady takes his lead off of first.
Wilson working pretty slow today.
Wilson throws a curveball. It's inside to Bill Ripken, and now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
How could you see that from 6,000 feet away, Dave?
I'm psychic. I guessed it was a curveball. Davey Johnson has his shades on today, as we can see.
He looks good in them shades.
Another throw to first by Alvarez, and Anderson dives back. It looks like Anderson may be trying to steal, though, because he seemingly is getting that lead where he can just make it back in.
Looks like an excellent crowd out here today, Dave.
I'm sure we have over 45,000 lovely people here today, Larry.
Did we have a record the other night?
I think we did. I think we had a new pitch to Ripken is grounded short. Gain the second for 1. Back to first. Oh, he throws it away. Where was Norberto Martin throwing that ball?
I think Polonia would have went for 2 on that play. That boy loves to run.
Well, he does, but if he would have went to second, I'm not really sure he would have made it.
In a game last week, there was a missed ball by a first baseman. It rolled maybe 5 foot wide of the bag, and Polonia went for second and made it.
Now coming to the plate is Roberto Alomar, and I'm sure we all know about Roberto Alomar. 22-game hitting streak. He just seems like he's the spark plug of the Orioles. He had a 6th straight multi-hit game yesterday. He's homered 10 times. He's driven in 49 runs, and it seems like since Davey Johnson decided to drop him third in the order, he's just been on fire.
Can this man do anything wrong? Not in the field today, being a DH.
No, he can't do anything wrong in the field. Even when he's out in the field,
for
he can't do anything
wrong.
wrong.
No doubt about it.
First pitch to Alomar was low for a ball. The second pitch to Alomar is outside for ball 2. So it's 2-0 to Alomar. A perfect hitting count. He should probably look to drive the ball somewhere as the fans begin their rhythmic clap.
Alomar helps to bring out the best in all our players. And
2-0 pitch to Alomar is high for ball 3. Alomar, who said recently that he will take a strike before he hits, so he's not too jumpy. What do you think of that?
He's a patient man at the plate, and we'll see if he takes this one.
Ball 4 outside.
They don't want to pitch to him, Dave.
So Alomar is walked, and Anderson trots down to second. Now Alvarez could have a few problems as he's got 2 runners on, 1 man out. The charge playing from the stands, and Rafael Palmeiro at the plate.
Shades of yesterday's game here. Let's see if we can cash in today.
Yeah, hopefully we can do just a little better than yesterday. Rafael, who's 3 for 8 in the series and 4 for 11 against Wilson Alvarez, stands in.
Another beer over here, please. Thank you.
As he went 1 for 4 with a double yesterday, and has hit 6 straight games, only 16 games behind. Oh, he hits a long drive, deep to right field, and over the right fielder's head. Anderson around third, he comes in to score. Alomar around third, he's being waved home as the throw comes into third, and it's 2-0 Orioles.
That's what we've been waiting for.
As Rafael Palmeiro drives a double into the right center field gap to make it a 2-0 game.
They got him rocking now, Dave.
I told
Rafael's
you
still the man.
it was trouble for Wilson Alvarez when you walk someone, you're going to face trouble. First pitch was a hanging curveball to Rafael Palmeiro, and he drove it in the right center field and made him pay. It's 2-0, and already more runs than the Orioles scored yesterday.
Looked like Rafi was sitting on that curveball.
Yeah, I think so. Now Alvarez has to be careful again as the pitching coach Pazik goes out to the mound to talk to him.
There, the umpire starts his way out to the mound to break it up.
Yeah.
How can you miss him with that bright red shirt?
Yeah, the new uniforms being sprouted.
Good old Durwood.
New uniforms being sprouted by the umpires here as the ump breaks up the conference on the mound, and we're ready to play baseball again as Bobby Bonilla steps in. Bobby Bonilla went 2 for 3 yesterday and reached on something you don't see regularly in baseball, a catcher's interference yesterday. Catcher's interference is where the hitter swings and hits the catcher's mitt with the bat. So he was blocked from hitting the ball. So
he was obstructed, and you know, Dave, until you just mentioned that, I was here yesterday. I
Swing
still
and a
didn't know
miss
what had happened
by Bonilla.
on that play. I thought he was hit by the pitch,
no,
but it was catcher's interference.
catcher's interference is one of the strangest ways to get on base in baseball.
Doesn't happen often.
You probably see that maybe 2 or 3 times the whole year.
You probably see fan interference much more than you see catcher interference.
Yeah. Pitch by Bonilla swung and fouled off into the catcher's mitt, and the count is 0-2. As Alvarez seems to be keeping the ball away from Bonilla.
If I had a chance to stick my hand in and shag a ball, I'd probably do it and get fan interference myself. But being 9,000 feet out here, I don't think I'll get that chance today. Seems like we keep getting further and further out here, Dave.
I don't know. We might have to bring the binoculars out there. The 0-2 pitch to Bonilla is in the dirt for ball 1, and it's 1-2 to Bonilla. Bonilla has been hot lately as his bat's starting to come around. He was DH, and he said he wasn't happy, and he's hitting now. The pitch Bonilla is fly to right fielder Danny Tartable. He makes the catch. Palmeiro buffs a tag, and throw comes in as Palmeiro gets back to the base safely.
2 down.
2 down now in the bottom of the first inning as Cal Ripken stands in. Cal, who has been red hot lately.
Cal Ripken and his Baltimore Orioles, they say.
Cal Ripken, Mr. Oriole, according to Brooks Robinson. He went over 3 with a walk yesterday, but has hit safely in 14 of his last 16 games. In which he batted .317 with 19 hits and 60 at-bats, 13 runs scored, 7 home runs, and 21 RBIs. In fact, he was the American League Player of the Week last week, as Cal has 9 home runs and 40 RBIs.
He has been Player of the Week several times this year, hasn't he?
Cal
Dave?
swings and pops the first pitch over, and Karkovice is under it to make the catch, and that ends the first inning. But at the end of 1, the Orioles now lead 2-0, and we'd like to say thank you and goodbye from Camden Yards.
Thank you. And we're still on, Dave.
We're still here at Camden
2
Yards.
highly trained radio voices here. Dave calling the play-by-play, doing a fine job.
And Larry doing the color commentary, what he's paid to do here.
Time to say goodbye here from Camden Yards and 98 Rock.
We're